in my opinion.
Yeah, it was interesting reading your blog and just seeing the nuance of, like you said, the mention of the music and then the Easter eggs within the clothing. How do you kind of get all that in process and write it out so quickly? Because I know I'm sure there's the turnaround time can be quick if, if Taylor Swift's wearing something yesterday, you're like, okay, I got to get that out so people can see it. So what's the turnaround and what have you learned from writing the blog over this period of time?
Yeah, it's really difficult in this day and age where I think there's time constraints and demands on media, where we're expected to provide information, provide it quickly, and to provide a full breadth of experience and information and emotions and thoughts and commentary and like all of these things instantaneously. And to me, I feel, the pressure to provide that information to people. But it's also hard because I'm personally still processing folklore, which was 4 years ago. So it's kind of this dichotomy of trying to process things as fast as possible in real time while also giving myself the space to process those things in order to come to a place where I can provide that context, where I can provide that nuance. So it's kind of a constant battle, but I also think that what's really cool is being able to give yourself the space to change your mind about art and to have an open relationship with art where if you allow your mind to change or if you allow art to kind of enter your life at different points when you may or may not need it and have the experiences and the thoughts and the feelings of your life as it change with you and with the art. Really cool things can happen. Like we're 5 years out from Lover, and I'm just now understanding new tones of the song Me and of her fashion from that time period. And I think that was such a powerful part of writing this book is going back through my blog archives and seeing all the different versions of myself that I have been in documenting Taylor's fashion of, being a university student, being a person who just moved out of her parents' apartment and, is struggling on the job for the very first time. A person who like is dating a person who like got married, like all of these past versions of myself that I've been in documenting her fashion and listening to Taylor's music. That all kind of came together as I was writing the book and having this opportunity, long lens to look back on her fashion and think new things about her fashion from this far away lens. Like there were so many moments of looking at Speak Now's fashion where you think about the girl who she was at that time in the context of things that happened to her and how that showed up visually in the albums, music videos and the candids and the tool. Like it was just a fascinating thing to be able to look back on.
That's interesting. And to that, like, how do you think about community? Because I think when you write blogs and this long form process, like, how do you bring in the community in different ways as a writer?
I think when you show up consistently and create this open, safe channel network for people to show up in, and you show up as a person who encourages diversity in opinion, and that there's safety in that, and there's also fun in that. Um, I think there's a dearth on the internet of people who are able to come together and share differing opinions um, with the original intent of the internet, which is to connect people, which is to reach out a hand across this wide space of, regardless of time and location, to connect people with like-minded interests. And I hope that my spaces represent like a rare respite on the internet where it's okay if you don't like something just as much as it's okay if you loved something that not other people did not. And I hope that people find fun in that. So it's all about, I hope, um, the energy that you put out into the world. And I think those people who share in the desire of nuanced, careful, safe, interesting, contextual spaces will find you. That's my hope anyway.
If you enjoyed that clip, make sure you head over to www.bookupapp.com to download our app so you can connect with your favorite bookish content creators, start conversations, and start your own book club.